Okay, guys, I'm starting a live feed. This is not your average Twisted, the Beast and the Bones with Ethan show. This is David Graham. I'm the Beast, but um, sorry if I can't get out some of these words, and sorry if I mess up. Um, I've something bad has happened. Um, and I lost a real dear friend, and it's really tore me up for the past 3 days. Um, so sorry if I get choked up a little bit. I'm not going to put his name out there. This podcast is listening through 4 different countries. Y'all don't know who he is. The people that's around here that lives around pretty close to me knows who it is and knows who they are and how close me and him was. And sorry if I get sketchy and bounce around too, because I really don't know what to really say. It's been a real hard. Me and my buddy that had passed away, we were really close. Anybody that worked with him or knew him knew that he always had a smile. Excuse me. I'm trying to do this slow so I don't tear up too much. He appreciated everybody but himself. And that's the sad thing, because he was such a good person. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we all worked together. As time went on, everybody knew that, I mean, we were just close friends. We didn't get to see each other as much as we like to, or anything like that, because he had his life over there and our life is over here. And whenever you stop working at the same place, sometimes people, they go away out of your life. But for some reason, me and Gary, we always stayed connected. Even if we didn't even see each other, we always texted to see if the other one was having a good day. And try to stay positive for that other person. If this teaches anybody anything, this is something that should teach you to not take things or people for granted. If you're mad at them and you still love them, or if you think you hate them but you know you really don't take this for granted. Because, I mean, whenever I would go to these shows and everything like that, he would show up with them and help me tear down my display, and he would help me set it up. He was probably one of my main supporters. The first day, it's been about 72 hours. The first day I got the news, and of course, it's heartbroken and stuff, like any friend would be. The second day, I have switched areas in my job, and so I didn't have my phone on me, and I didn't get to look at it until like 7 o'clock, and then I have just a shitload of messages down, 40, 50 messages, and it was a bunch of people that I didn't even know messaged me. People I did know messaged me. Sorry guys, this is going to be hard. And they talked about how much I meant to him and how he kept his head up high because of the stuff I would do. And they thanked me. no matter how much you love somebody or you hate them, our tomorrows are never guaranteed. And don't take that person for granted, because they might not be there tomorrow or the next day. So whenever you do see that loved one, make sure that you hug them. Make sure you tell you love them. Because the next time I see my friend, he's going to be buried in the ground. And I know all the laughter and all the crap that we used to go through, it's done. We ain't going to do it no more. I'm in the middle of doing a documentary, and it's supposed to come out late 2019. And he was actually helping with that. I mean, he was just kind of just the buddy that would hang around, just like whenever I go do these signings, he'd always show up and help me tear down and put back up. I really am so lost for words, and I look at the clock, and I feel like I've talked for 3 hours, and I've literally only talked for 6 minutes. I'm doing my best to keep it together. I apologize to anybody. Anybody that knew Gary just instantly knew that they were going to have a smile on their face. It didn't matter. Of course, we were close, so whenever we worked together, we always knew if somebody was having a shitty day. We could always talk it out and laugh. And by the time it was all said and done, we were laughing and making jokes and stuff like that. He would never put on a facade for anybody, and he gave anything to anybody. Gary trusted me like a brother and told me a lot of things that I'm not going to tell on here or there, but I'm going to tell you, he grew up very rough, and for as many smiles as he's put on people's faces, he didn't deserve to go out like this. Just wasn't his time to go, guys. Excuse me, I'm really trying to hold it in. He'd give you the shirt off his back. He would give you his last $5. If he knew you were having a shitty day, man, he would just basically just tell you, just fuck it, let's go do something and make you laugh. That's the kind of person he was. He was a phenomenal dude. I mean, no matter how bad he was hurting inside, he would not let anybody see that part of him. There was only a couple people that could see that part of him, and, you know, there's proper times to talk about it, and there wasn't. And, you know, he basically, he confided in me in a lot. I'm not trying to get any kind of ratings off of this, so if anybody's thinking that, they can go fuck off. I just lost one of my best friends. I want to make sure that people know that our tomorrows are not guaranteed, and to love whoever. You can't sit there and take life for granted at all, because it can take away. I mean, life can be taken away from you quicker than anything. This has probably been one of the hardest things I had to do, just because we were so close. I have I don't have a whole bunch of friends. I probably got like 10 people. I count all my best friends or people that I would consider brothers or sisters on both hands. Other than that, I don't really allow too many people in my space in my life. Um, but when I do, I care. Um, my actual brother, he probably said this thing that made the most sense. Honestly, I can't remember how it went, but it was. He said something like, mourn his death, don't dwell. He knew everything that I've done for him and tried to help him out with. He knew I was there for him. He knew if it was 5 o'clock in the morning and he was in trouble, he could have called me and I would have been there. He was just an all around joy. Really. I mean, he made everybody's day. I mean, shit, he would cook stuff whenever we'd work together. I mean, if anybody works at a state facility or works in an atmosphere like we do, we actually see each other more than we see our own families. I haven't watched my daughter grow up, and she's 13 years old, because I've always put work before her so she can have everything she wants. But I have another family, and we always called each other our work family. Right now, watching is actually one of my mentors, Darcy. She can attest for everything. She taught me everything I know, her and Sarah. I was pretty much under their tutelage, but you get so close to these people, they become family. I think one time I counted up the hours, and this is whenever we were getting hammered with overtime after overtime, and I want to say it was a phenomenal number. I think it was something like we see each other 72 hours or more a week than we see our actual family. So we depend on each other and our family. I see a lot of people in my room right now that's a part of my work family, or that has been a part of the work family. You end up getting feelings for these people. Darcy started as a mother or a mentor. Then she becomes, I'm one of her boys, you know. And then that's just how she looked at me. It was like I was like one of her kids. And then there was two of us. Me and Luis. We were Darcy and Sarah's boys. Everybody knew that. Everybody hated us because we wasn't, but I don't care. We're the best team that we out there. Hands down, you couldn't stop us. But we were there 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. We pretty much do that now. I don't work that much as I did, like I did back then, but I don't have to now. But we still work a lot, and we see our work families more than we see our regular families. So whenever it's really hard for us, so like anybody that will learn anything, if they say that they're tired or they can't do something, don't get mad at them, because man, we really do kick our butts out there. And I mean, people can call us lazy or whatever, and just to get the money, but I've sacrificed so much time. If you knew how much more important it was to, I had to put my job in front of my child just so I could watch her, give her a better life. So it's either me give her a better life or her getting the bottom of the barrel. And you got people like Gary who went away and, you know, me and him stayed in contact. We went to places and stuff like that. We stayed, but a lot of us, whenever we go away, we don't come back. We don't see each other. We don't know what it turns into. And if something happens to you, it just turns into more or less a I'll see you later, buddy. And then you might see each other at like Walmart or something and give them a slap on the back or a wrist and stuff. And honestly, sorry guys, I got like multiple networks going here, and I'm the only one that's doing this. But whenever these people go away, and they've been in your life for so long, and I know next week, next month, the next month, the special time that we were going to go take a trip to go do this and that, it's gone. There's no more. I honest to God don't know what to say. I've put this podcast off for 2 days because of this. Next week or later on in the week, whenever I come back, I promise I'll be better. I just want y'all to know why we wasn't on, for one thing. And man, just life ain't fair. Tell them people you care about them, man, because you don't know, coming home, they might not make it home. And you never think it happens to you until it happens to you. And Gary's one of them people that's going to be, he's not going to be an afterthought. He'll be a constant reminder or a funny story. But it's going to take a while to get there. I know it's about only 20 minutes long, and we usually go about 3 hours, but I don't have my regular team with me. Honest to God, Jacob wanted to be here with me, and I wouldn't let him come because I didn't know how emotional I was going to get. But like I said, I have people that listen in 4 different countries, and I have to at least, I have sponsors, I have to at least have a answer for them of why. They really don't care. I just gotta have an answer. And then at the end of this week, hopefully we'll have something better or good for you guys. But that's why we haven't been on, because past 72 hours I've just been breaking down and just going I don't know. It's like I'm going on empty. It's just do something nice for somebody that you love and that doesn't expect it from you. Tell them that you love them, because you don't know if they're going to wake up tomorrow or come home to you. And then all of a sudden, I mean, what your nightmare or your dream is could actually come true. And I mean, I'm not going to go in details how he passed or anything. Um, like I said, I just had to get on here to be able to tell all the people who shoot, and I go through 4 different countries, of why I haven't been on. So I apologize, and I think, shit, and Friday is Black Friday. Well, I'll just make sure that it's late, or I will do it Saturday morning or Saturday night. Will be the next deal. And hopefully me and Ethan, or me, Jacob, and Ethan will have a whole show out for you. And man, me, Jacob, Ethan, we appreciate you guys, because without y'all there's no us. We love all of our listeners. We love the people that come to their deal. We love the people that, you know, stays in contact with the twisted part of, you know, the realism of our little gang. You know, they're the entertainment part of the gang, and I'm the realism of the gang. And just, this is just such a devastating blow to us. Well, to me especially, because we were such good friends. It just doesn't seem like it's real. I mean, and I think what hurts the most is I was like supposed to have lunch with him, and I was too tired or too late, and now I just think I was maybe was just too lazy, and it rips me up inside that I did not get. You know, it's just like one of them butterfly effects. If you do something, maybe somebody else will, you know, something else will happen, and maybe that person didn't cross the street at the time or something like that. And I was just too lazy to do that. And I've just beat the shit out of myself over it. Because, I mean, that was literally the last time I saw him. And we had plans to go out to either lunch or dinner and go hang out, because we haven't got to hang out in a while. And I went ahead and said, nah, man, I'm real tired. People, if anything, just hug the ones you love. And let them know what they mean to you. It doesn't have to be a sibling. It doesn't have to be a husband. It doesn't have to be a wife. You could just a hug to a best friend and say, I appreciate you, man. And it doesn't hurt anything, but it hurts when it's gone. And then you start thinking of all the stuff you didn't do. And that's the stuff that really starts to get to you. And I've always said, my brain is my worst enemy. So I'm going to lock this down around 25 minutes. I think I've pretty much covered everything. I'll see you later on in the week. You actually get the actual Beast in the Bones with Ethan show with all 3 of us, or 2 of us. That's why you just didn't get it in the past 2 days. I appreciate you guys from Canada, New Zealand, here around us locally. Um, all the sponsors and stuff. I really don't have to. I mean, we appreciate you sponsoring us, but this was more of a self-mission thing. And anybody else who backs the podcast up. So, um, I don't know what else to say because it's not real no more. And it's somebody I'm not going to be able to turn to talk to. You know, you got that one person that always, you know, that's just kind of outside the box because you know that it's not the friend that'll call you a pussy or something like that. But it's the person that you can share whatever, you know, if you've killed a person or something, you know, he's that one person you could have went to. And I was that to him. And that's what made it so hard in the 48 hours was everybody was letting me know how much I meant to him. And it really fucked me up. Um, I appreciate everybody that watched this. I really don't have nothing left to say. Um, just appreciate. Don't act like you appreciate. Either you do or you don't. Our tomorrows are never guaranteed. And when people go, usually the first thought is, it never happens to me. It'll never happen to me. But when it does, it hits you and it makes you sick to your stomach. Because you got somebody that he had demons. He had a lot of demons. But we could work with his demons. But as bad as his demons was, he wanted to make sure you were smiling or laughing before he went into his dark place. And that's not fair to take away somebody like that that's willing to do all that for somebody. I just don't know why somebody would be taken away from this earth that would cause somebody to so much joy, and not just one person. It'd just be a lot, and then put them in through so much pain, physically, mentally. I honestly, I can't do this no more. I gotta go because I'm really just kind of holding it in. I appreciate you guys. Good night.